Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis, and I want to go over the Concealed Void Lost Sector. I'm going to run through it on Legend. If you want to do Master, you can, but generally, as I'll probably say in a lot of these, Master is not much more worth the benefit. Now, if you're trying to go for the, flawless Master, a lot of this will still apply, so just keep it in mind and just play a bit more cautiously on most of this. You've got Barrier and Overload champions. Solar is the Burn and Solar and Void shields. Now, your only Void shield is going to be the Servitor in the end. Now, you've got a couple options. You can use some way to just power through it. If you got something like Galahorn or Xenophage or even just a machine gun or a super, whatever. All of that will definitely do it. So, for that example, I'm going to show you guys just a triple tap, explosive payload, standard scout rifle. If you want to run something, if you've got a staccato with, say, triple tap adaptive munitions, you could totally use that. And that'll cover your barrier with the scout rifle. And then also I'm going to go overload bow, just going to use a kinetic bow. Now granted, you could totally also go barrier with Wish Ender, and then turn around and go solar bow down here if you've got one of the Strident Whistles that came out last season. Arbalest takes care of all your shields, takes care of barrier, and then you just literally have to take care of overload, which is likely going to be a bow, or heavy machine gun. You've got that option as well. So again, Xenophage, you've got Avalanche, you've got the big Heir Apparent. There's a lot of exotics in this department that you guys could use. I'm trying not to use any of them, at least in the weapons department. I'm just using Heart of Inmost Light for faster reloads. If you're doing Master, make sure you have relatively high resilience. Try and go at least in that department. It's going to help you a little bit for damage mitigation. You've also got Void, Solar, and Arc resistance for any incoming damage, which will help you as well. So find any way you can to get, a decent bit of damage mitigation. The resistance here will help you survive maybe a shot that might kill you if you're going for flawless. If not, no big deal. And then other than that, I'm just going to run through pretty basic loadout. Lots of exotics you can use. I'm not using any, but feel free to equip what you want. So let me show you how it works. All right, so when you start, you're going to have a couple of drag right here in the front. The Overload champion is going to be the first one to pop out depending on how close you get up here. A few ads. Overload will be here in no time. Just wait on him. Now, if you got other ads in here, you might take those out. But honestly, with him, since you're doing this with a bow, you could totally back up. Now, the reason like a solar bow would have some benefit here, you'll be able to do this faster. If you do switch to another weapon on something like Master difficulty, don't do it for very long. That's where something like Xenophage will help, because you'll get like a couple shots and then switch back, because you need that continuous overload shot to make sure they stay stunned. Now, something like this on Master would be difficult. I would try and make sure I get every guy possible. The two Vandals over there and their Tracer shots are going to hurt. They're going to be Arc, hence the Arc Resistance mod, which is going to serve you some benefit here. And then if we tuck around the corner here, going to have a Shank, and then we're going to have the big Shank. It's like, I think I forgot one of the Vandals, which I did. He's dead. Your solar weapon is what you're going to want to use most of the time, since the burn is solar, so try and do that as frequently as possible. If you are going Master, the Overload Captain will be literally right here, where we get this guy to pop out here in a second. When you come up, you want to try and kill as many Shanks as you can. That guy right there, that Resilient Vandal, that's going to be the Overload Captain on Master difficulty. Again, only run Master if you're trying to basically just do the Triumph. It's usually not worth it. He goes down pretty quick. Now, since I've got a scout rifle, this will be my barrier weapon for this guy. Now, this servitor can teleport all over the place. He's really annoying. So if you can kind of get him isolated, I would work on killing him quickly, just to make your life a little easier. And remember, you can do overload heavy machine guns. It's definitely an option. If you see heavy ammo drop, sometimes it's going to drop on the ground. But if it drops into the radial area, the white stuff in the ground, you can go pick it up. It's still down there. You just have to know where it's at. So if you do drop down, just know that you're going to probably take some damage trying to get it. So just be careful trying to do what you're doing. Got a solar machine gun, so the Shank will go down fairly quickly. Got a Vandal back here on the wall. He's always there. We will have an Overload champion no matter the difficulty. So I'm going to try and take out the Overload and then actually go grab that ammo. And again, this is the idea. If I sit here and fire the whole time with this thing, I might be able to kill him. But the idea is you want to, especially on Masters, that's going to be a longer process. you want to make sure that you get a decent shot, and that's why something bigger like a Xenophage, a rocket launcher, Gjallarhorn's actually really good for something like Master, like a rocket, because you get that burst, one shot, and then you can still switch back and keep your overload staggering going. These guys here, if you can usually just like group them up, grab a grenade, usually cook most of them down pretty easy. Up here, you're going to see quite a few explosive shanks. My advice is just pick off what you can. There's an overload champion in the background. He's typically going to go hide. Now, the annoying thing about him, I could sit here and shoot him, constantly hit him with overload shots, no matter what I do. And he's still going to go off to the left, hide. So I wanted to show you guys that. So don't waste your time on him until this is basically done. And what you want to do is you want to kind of land over here and turn around, especially on Master, because these will kill you. Watch the shots, and then just like, you know, let the chain of explosions go. Then you're good. Now, if you want to jump up here, stun the champion. Now you should be able to kill him pretty easily. Now, if you don't have anything heavy that you got to use, if you don't have a grenade to help the process, you might have to play with this wall a bit, but notice his gun is in his right hand. If I can only see about half of his body, and I can see the left side of his body, he's not going to really be able to do too much damage to me. He's got a few shots that'll trickle through, but that's the idea, is like play the side that their weapon is actually in their hand, and it makes a difference, which is nice. Alright, as we continue forward, we will jump down. You got two guys over here, usually spawning on the left. Bad time to reload, otherwise I would have had him down. And you usually got two in the back corner. When all four of these go down, the boss will spawn in the middle. On something like Legend difficulty, you can be pretty aggressive with the boss. So I usually would try and give him a second to kind of get his little initial stagger out of the way. I'm going to go super. Any super will do. I mean, if you have Blade Barrage, obviously you guys know that thing hits really hard right now. Dawn Blade is going to be less beneficial, so something almost like Well of Radiance might be better for a Warlock. So that's just a chunk of damage on the boss. Now in the back corner is going to be our issue. This is your only Void Shield. The only one, and it's really annoying because it's a barrier and you've got guys that are going to be shielded by it. So my advice at this point is focus on the barrier and kill it really quickly. Even if you die here, unless you're going for a flawless, like go for the kill on the barrier champion and then unload your heavy on the actual big guy. If you can get Radiant and you're running solar, even better. I was actually standing in the radial area, so that's my bad. But again, managing like 7 revives in this lost sector is not difficult. It's not going to be a challenge for you. Sorry, I got turned around there. It's really easy to do. Just make sure that you're not going to get any more champions here on Master difficulty. You shouldn't see any more champions, I don't think either. When this guy gets really low on health, you'll notice more ads will spawn, and you will get another champion. But you'll notice a heavy machine gun is also just going to be able to power through a servitor, even if he's got a void shield, just because heavies and solar are going to hit hard enough together that you should be fine. Reload may take 6 years, but that's okay. Got one straggler, and we're done. Grab your loot. And I did not get an exotic this time, but I did get platinum rewards. That's like, I know I've run this thing enough every time. So that is Concealed Void. If you guys are looking into something along the lines of a master guide, a flawless guide, I could do that for you. Literally just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, if you're just looking to farm exotics on the day that this, lost sector comes up, Legend is the way to go. Much easier, much faster. So if you guys enjoyed this one, drop a like below, and let's get to the top, and we'll wrap this thing up. But that is Concealed Void. If you have any loadouts that you enjoy using, toss those in the comments as well. If you just want to say hello, that's cool. If you want to find me on Twitch or Twitter, drop that in... if you want to find me on Twitch or Twitter, just, find me over there at Ebontis. If you're new to this channel and you enjoy my style of guides, I do a lot of Destiny guides. I do more variety over on Twitch and kind of my other channel. So hit me up and... see if you have any other loadouts that you like as well, throw those down in the comments. If you did enjoy this, as I said, drop a like. It helps the channel. If you want to find me on Twitter or Twitch, it is Ebontis. Right here on YouTube, though, if you haven't subbed yet and you enjoy my style of videos, please hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. It's a nice way to support the channel. If you guys are YouTube members or Patreon subs, thank you for the extra support. Other than that, good luck out there and hope you get the exotic you're looking for.